Hello everyone, how you doing today? How's your day going? My name is BC. I'm here again for us to talk about something very important, something very crucial, something very important. You know how we do it right here on this channel. We talk about everything Christ-like. We talk about everything marriage. We talk about everything relationship, everything family tips. We talk about it. So if you have anything interesting that you want us to talk about, just put down the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, share, comment, like, and yes. So like I said, we're going to talk about something very important today, and it's on the topic that happens all the time. It happens to everybody. It happens to individuals. It happens to families. It happens to every and anybody. And sometimes people don't know what it entails to have this thing going on in your life. So that's why I want us to talk about it today. Without going here and there, let's just go straight to the point. Unforgiveness and related sicknesses. Yes, you heard me. Unforgiveness and related sicknesses or diseases. There is something that happens to you when you do not let go, you do not forgive. And the ability of not forgiving, it's called unforgiveness. Now, before we talk about unforgiveness, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is simply, in a nutshell, letting go of when somebody offends you, when somebody betrays you, when somebody hurts you, when somebody does something very terrible to you. That ability to let go of an offense, a hurt, a betrayal is forgiveness. The ability not to dwell on it is forgiveness. And the ability not to let go is unforgiveness. And today we're going to be talking about unforgiveness and related sicknesses and diseases. Yes, unforgiveness with related sicknesses and diseases. Before we dive into that, let me give you a short definition of unforgiveness. And when I talk about this unforgiveness, when I give you this definition, I want you to listen to two categories of people in this definition. And those are the kind of people we're going to be talking about today. First, unforgiveness is when you're unwilling. Now, this is category A kind of people. When you're unwilling and unable, category B kind of people, unable to forgive someone that has hurt you, betrayed you, done something wrong to cause emotional pain. So unforgiveness is when you are unwilling and unable to forgive someone that has hurt you, betrayed you, thereby causing you emotional pain. That's what's unforgiveness. Before we go further, you remember the two categories of people. Those that are unwilling. These guys that are unwilling means that they still have the power. They still have the ability. They still have all it takes. They're still in charge, but they chose not to do it. It tells us that unforgiveness and forgiveness it's in our ability. It's something that we can do. So sometimes we choose to do it, sometimes we choose not to do it, depending on the circumstances and depending on the situation and what it is that has happened. Sometimes we choose to forgive, sometimes we choose not to forgive. But when you're choosing to forgive and when you're choosing not to forgive, I want you to weigh the options, and that's what I'm telling you today. That's what I want to give you the benefit of doubt, that you know, that you have come to know today, so you can make informed choices. Now, on those that are unable to forgive, these are people that have gone so deep. They have gone so deep into the issue of unforgiveness that they have lost the ability. They have lost the power. They can't control themselves. They can't control their life to the point of making choices and making decisions for themselves. They allow the devil to make decisions for themselves. You remember category A kind of people? they still got it. They still have it within themselves. They can make decisions. They can make, they can go, they have the power to make decisions, and they can be like, hey, I'm going to forgive you, or hey, I'm not going to forgive you. But this category B kind of people, they've lost it. They've gone. They don't have the power to say, I'm going to forgive you, or I'm not going to forgive you, because they have dived so deep into unforgiveness and hatred and so much that they have lost the right. The devil has simply taken a hold of them. And now that takes us to the next topic, or next thing we're going to be talking about. When somebody offends you, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? Am I going to forgive this person, or am I not going to forgive this person? These are the things that comes to your mind, and you make such decision based on what was done to you. But honey, I want you to know today that forgiveness is not about who offended you. Forgiveness is not about the person that offended you. Forgiveness is about you that was offended. And the earlier you know that, the better for you. You are not forgiving the person that offended you because you're doing them a favor. Forgiving them is doing yourself a favor, not them. When they apologize, I made a video about apologizing the right way. You can go check it out. When they apologize, it's about them. It's about what they did. It's about them taking responsibility for what they did. But when you forgive, when you want to forgive, it's about you. Forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is putting yourself first. Forgiveness is about you. When somebody offends you, what comes to your mind? Think about it. Or when you say you don't want to forgive this person, why can't you forgive this person? Is a question that comes to you that you should ask yourself. Why can't I forgive this person? What has this person done that he or she doesn't deserve my forgiveness? When you have asked yourself this question and you have made informed decision or informed knowledge, you have come to the point where you know what this person has done, you weigh it with the grievances of what the price that Jesus paid on the cross of Calvary. He didn't look at the things that we did. He simply said, Father, forgive them, for they do not what they do. So today, I want you to think about it. Unforgiveness, it's about selfishness. Unforgiveness is about selfishness. When you choose not to forgive, it's about you. It's about what this person has done to you. It's about the values that you've placed in yourself. Is about people not seeing you the way you saw yourself or the way you see yourself. It's about you being hurt by people looking down on you or belittling you or whatever, however you might put it. It's about how you see yourself and how you expect people to see you, or how you expect people to relate to you. So when they don't relate to you in that manner, when they don't relate to you in that particular way, you get offended, you feel offended. So when you get offended, it's about you. It's about you. How the things that you have taught yourself, the things that you have spoken to yourself, the things that you have, how you carry yourself, your ego, your personality, the aura, the things about you. So forgiveness or unforgiveness is basically you telling the next person, you didn't treat me the way I want to be treated. And for that reason, I'm offended. I'm hurt. I'm not going to forgive you. So unforgiveness is basically an act of selfishness. Now, there are two people that that forgives. Givers always forgive. Givers always forgive. Because when you become a giver, nothing is too big for you to give. Forgiveness becomes an act of giving. So when you find yourself struggling in giving people things, or even giving things in the house of God, when you don't give, it is going to be very difficult for you to give forgiveness. But givers have the tendency to always give the act of forgiveness. Unforgiveness comes from the point or from the place of withholding. So if you're not a giver, you can give forgiveness. If you find it difficult to help others, you can give forgiveness. So these are the things that we have to talk about. These are the things we have to enlighten people about. That when you forgive, you do yourself a favor. Givers never lack. When you give forgiveness, you obtain forgiveness. When you give forgiveness, people are easily ready to forgive you or to let go even when you wrong them. But when you don't forgive, vice versa, reverse is the case. You don't get forgiveness even when you wrong people. So the earlier we come to the realization that forgiveness is about how I see myself and how I carry myself and the values I've placed in myself and how I want people to treat me. Mind you, the way you want people to treat you would not necessarily be the way people treat you. So cut them some slack. When they don't treat you the right way, that is their business. That is their fault. That is them not seeing the good in you. That is them not seeing the abilities that you have. That is them not seeing the goodness in you, the values in you. That is them missing out on the point. But are you going to condescend so low to their level by not seeing the best in you, by not giving yourself the best? By not valuing yourself the best? That somebody doesn't value me doesn't mean I won't value myself. So if this person is looking down on me by disrespecting me, by hurting me, by betraying me, by doing something to me, I shouldn't do the same thing to myself. You have to let go for you to show yourself and tell yourself how much important it is for you to live a peaceable life. So forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is about loving yourself, self-love, giving yourself the gift of peace. Unforgiveness is an act of selfishness. When you don't forgive, it's always about me, how people wronged me, how people don't see me, how people looked down on me. But forgiveness is an act of giving. Givers always are blessed. Now, there are ways that unforgiveness affects people. And that is one of the major reasons why we're having this conversation today. Ways unforgiveness affects you. One of the ways that unforgiveness affects you is physically. Unforgiveness affects you physically. Unforgiveness affects you emotionally. Unforgiveness affects you spiritually. And unforgiveness affects you socially. But today we're going to pay more attention on the physical, emotional, and the spiritual angle that unforgiveness affects us. Physically, when you have had so much hurt, when you have had so much anger buried inside of you as a result of something somebody did to you, did it hurt you? Yes. Did they offend you? Yes. Most times, can it be intentional? Yes. This could be abuse. This could be divorce. This can be breaking up family ties. This can be anything. These people condescended so low, knowingly or unknowingly, to hurt your feelings, to betray you, to cause you emotional pain. They did it. But now that they did it, how are you going to address yourself when this happens? Are you going to show yourself some love and say, hey, this person treated me poorly, but I'm going to treat myself right? That's why we're talking today. That's why we're having this conversation today, that forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is about you. When you forgive, you're not doing them, the offender, you're not doing them a favor. When you forgive, you're doing yourself a favor. You're giving yourself a gift of peace, of joy, and of happiness. Physically, the things that unforgiveness brings stress, sicknesses like ulcer, nervous problem, headache, migraine, heart problems, high blood pressure, skin breakdown, and most importantly, cancer. Unforgiveness and anger can cause these sicknesses to happen to you. These are diagnoses. These are medical diagnoses. Stress, ulcer, nervous problems, headache, migraine, heart problems, high blood pressure, skin breakdown, and cancer. These are the things that unforgiveness physically can cause to your body. Physically can cause to your body when you choose not to forgive. Why I say choose not to forgive, it's because, honey, you have the right to choose. You have the right to make that informed choice to forgive or not to forgive, because God has placed that art in us. Why would you let somebody make you go through the stress of getting ulcer, nervous problem? You see this person, you are shaking, you're jittering, you're having palpitation, your heart is beating very fast, you're sweating inside. Even though you might not sweat, you might not be physically, the sweat cannot be physically, you're burning inside. Your blood pressure is on the high side because you just saw this person that abused you 25 years ago. Because you saw this, your spouse, that you guys are divorced. Because you saw this child that went astray. Because you saw this friend that betrayed you. Because you saw this person that took your position in the office. Because you saw this person that has hurt your feeling and caused you emotional pain. Now, instead of letting go and loving yourself enough and treating yourself with self-love, you want to hold on to what this person did to you months ago, days ago, years ago. In other words, saying, I don't love myself enough to let go. Because when you don't let go, these are the physical things that literally happens to you when you don't let go and when you don't forgive people. These are the things that unforgiveness brings. Ways that unforgiveness affects you physically. Can be through all these sicknesses and diseases I've just mentioned. Second way that unforgiveness affects us emotionally. Unforgiveness affects us emotionally in terms of depression, in terms of anger, in terms of personality disorder, mood swing, anxiety, burst of anger. You dwell on the things that people have done to you. You're infuriated when you see these people. Your anxiety level is on the high side. It causes anxiety, mood swing. Oh, you're happy. Right now, you just see this person. Or sometimes you don't even see the person. You just remember how this person treated you. It triggers in. You begin to feel a certain kind of way. You've lost yourself to this same situation that happened a long time ago. Thereby bringing mental illness into your life. To the point that you are unstable, you are depressed, you see yourself less than people see you. You see yourself less. Anger, depression, personality disorder, mood swing, anxiety. These are the things that unforgiveness brings to us, brings to your body, brings to your mental health through emotional breakdown. Are you going to let that happen to you? Now that you know that these are the things that somebody that has offended you is not even there with you. Somebody has offended you days ago, months ago, years ago. This person wronged you. This person hurt you. You're still giving them the opportunity and the privilege to continue hurting you because you don't want to let go of the things that they've done to you. Thereby giving them the privilege and the leverage to still put a hold on you. This is like putting a chain on you. You don't know, you don't see them any longer. You don't have contact with them any longer. But the things that they've done to you stays with you. The things that the wrong that they've done to you lives with you, lives in you. Thereby still giving them the power. Somebody that has abused you years ago, you're still giving them the power to abuse you even in their absence. Is that how much you love yourself? Is that how much value you place in yourself or on yourself? Is that how much you mean to yourself? Until you know that the act of forgiveness is an act of self-love, the better. When you know this, you know peace. When you know this, you know joy. When you know this, you know happiness. When you know this, you know that your happiness and your joy is not dependent on what people do or don't do to you. It's a choice. It's a choice until you've gone to the point where the devil has taken full charge and full control of yourself, that you can't help yourself anymore. To that point, you need severe prayers, severe deliverance, so to say. Until you get to that point, you still have the chance and the privilege and the opportunity to dictate what happens to you, what happens to your life. And letting go of this unforgiveness is one of the things that you can do for yourself. Is one of the best gifts that you can give to yourself. Things that unforgiveness can bring to our life. One of the things that unforgiveness, the ways that unforgiveness can affect you is spiritually. Unforgiveness can destroy you spiritually by exposing you to the devil, by exposing you to the enemies, by exposing you to the kingdom of darkness. In Ephesians 4:26-27, go ahead and study this for yourself. You find out that the Bible said, be angry, but do not let the sun go down. Get angry, but don't commit a sin, basically. Are people going to hurt you? Yes. Because these people that hurt us, they are people in our lives. They are our husbands, they are our wives, they are our children or our child, they are our siblings, they are our parents, they are our peers, they are our colleagues, they are our friends, our best friends. These people, they live with us. These people, we have opportunity to always talk to them. These people, they are connected to us. Honey, these people are always going to be in your life, but in as much as they are in your life, they don't have the power and the privilege to dictate what happens in your life. Why would you let somebody cause you to get cancer when you can control it? When your blood start bubbling, when you start getting angry, when you start, your cells start multiplying. In that multiplication, that's when cancer cells start forming. The inability of the cells controlling their growth is what causes cancer. Why would you give somebody that power to dictate what happens in your life? They don't have that power until you give it to them. When you walk out, when you dwell in unforgiveness, you walk out of God's protection. You walk out of God's protection for your life. You walk out of God's protection for your family. You walk out of God's protection for everything and anything that concerns you. Now that's where the Bible says, he that breaks the edge, the serpent will bite. That's what the Bible meant by that verse when you say, he that breaks the edge, the serpent will bite. Because the edge, which is God protecting you, has been broken. Unforgiveness is walking in the territory of the devil, and forgiveness is walking in the territory of God. But you have left the territory of God, which is forgiveness, and you're now basically dining with the devil. And when you dine with the devil, nothing good comes out of it. It comes with emotional trauma, it comes with physical trauma, and it comes with spiritual trauma, which you cannot handle. Forgiveness is about you. It's about how you love yourself. Don't let anybody deceive you. Those people that offended you, those people that wronged you, are they right? No. They don't have the right to hurt you. Most times they are wrong. Forgiving them, it's not doing them a favor. It's giving yourself the best gift. Learn to forgive yourself today. Learn to place value in your life. Learn to love yourself enough and not give somebody the opportunity and the power to come into your life and mess your life up, because you have a plan, you have a purpose, you're supposed to be focused on the things that you're doing for yourself and the things that you're doing for God, and not let unforgiveness, anger, and depression to set in and steal those things away from you. Don't give anybody that opportunity to steal your joy. Don't give anybody that power to dictate what happens to you. Even in their absence, they still decide what happens to you. They still decide how your mood should go. They still decide how you respond to people, even people that didn't hurt you. Because Mr. A has hurt you, automatically you place the same thing applies to everybody. When the same scenario happens, you cannot love other people because this person has hurt you. Because this person broke your heart, you can't give this person love. Because this person abused you, you can't function. Because this person raped you, you can't function. Because this person has caused emotional pain, emotional damage. Am I saying that is right that they have to do that to you? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you have the right to decide how these people control your life. If they control your life or not, you can decide it. Because this life is your life. This life, you are in charge. This life is about you. Don't let people around you dictate how you respond. Don't let people around you dictate how you live your life. Because somebody hurt you, definitely it might affect the way you relate to other people. And that's them determining how you relate to people. These people have a shackles. They have a grip. They have a hold over you, over your emotion when you don't forgive them. They don't have to deserve it. They don't have to merit it. Do it for your peace of mind. Do it for the tranquility and the blessings that come from forgiveness. Do it for yourself and everything that you hold dear to. The act of unforgiveness is an act of selfishness. And I know you love yourself so much. And I know you love yourself so much, and you believe in yourself to be able to let go and let God come into your heart and give you that grace to let go. It's not something that just happens. It's hard. Oh, PC, I understand, because it happens to me. It happened to me. You have to consciously tell yourself, Mr. A does not determine or does not dictate how I see myself. Mr. B does not determine how I respond to people. Mr. A does not determine how my life should turn out. Nobody has the right to determine if you're going to get cancer, if you're going to get stress, if you're going to get depression or mood swing, anxiety, or if you're going to be exposed to the devil. Nobody has the right to put you in that situation. And that's why I'm telling you today that the best gift that you can give to yourself is forgiving those that have wronged you, placing value on yourself, loving yourself, and telling yourself, I can do this. This person cannot get or cannot keep holding me down when I know all this. Until I see you next time, I remain your girl PC. You can like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you think otherwise, just go ahead and leave a comment. If there's something you want us to talk about, go ahead and leave a comment below. Until I see you next time, I love you. God bless you. Bye.